7th race field. Breeders' Crown Final, Open Trotters lined up. Here they come to a start. There they go. And they're off and trotting. And leaving alertly on the outside, Up Your Dale with Southwind Coors to the inside. Also into the mix, French Wine. And then flanked to the outside of that one, Lexus Cody, wide to the opening turn, Hanners with Hill Exotic. In behind this first half of the group, you're on with Periculum looking for a seat. He'll find it along the pylons in front of Amigo Volo, the two-time Breeders' Crown champ. Parked out in the back is Logan Park. Inside, Private Access, security protected, early trailer, 26 and 2. They battle to the opening quarter and beyond, and it's Hill Exotic now taking over from Up Your Dale. With Southwind Coors following third. Lexus Cody settled in fourth for now as they go by 3/8. He's tracked fifth by French Wine. Then it's Periculum. Amigo Volo still parked in the back as Logan Park to the inside, Private Access and security protected. And there goes Lexus Cody out of fourth as Up Your Dale retakes the lead from Hill Exotic, 54 and 3. Down to the half. Up Your Dale leading them into this turn towards the 5/8 with Hill Exotic second and Lexus Cody an approving third. Second over trip being worked out by Bartlett with French Wine to the inside now. Locked up fifth is Southwind Coors. Periculum third over and within range. To the inside of him, Amigo Volo. And two more to Logan Park. Security protected and off stride in the back, Private Access. It's Up Your Dale at 32 to 1, leading them to the third quarter in 1:22 and 1. And Up Your Dale turns for the straightaway with a lead of 2. Chasing in behind him is Lexus Cody. Along the inside, Hill Exotic. Southwind Coors trying to get a rally going and continuing to close is French Wine for Bartlett. Here comes French Wine and Periculum furthest out. French Wine with the lead. He's got to hold off Periculum. French Wine and Periculum. French Wine. Bartlett with another. It's French Wine to take the Open Trot Breeders' Crown over Periculum in 1:50 and 1. That is a new stakes record for the Breeders' Crown Open Trotters.
Randy, I said it in the pre-show. I said it just as they were on post-spread. I even said it to Jason, last night. He gives French Wine a perfect trip every single time. It's just a matter of, is he going to get there? He gave him another perfect trip, and he got there. I'm not sure if he got a little bit pacey, like he said that on those last two pylons, but I tell you what.
A rally going and continuing to close is French Wine for Bartlett. Here comes French Wine and Periculum furthest out. French Wine with the lead. He's got to hold off Periculum. French Wine and Periculum. French Wine. Bartlett with another. It's French Wine to take the Open Trot Breeders' Crown over Periculum in 1:50 and 1. That is a new stakes record for the Breeders' Crown Open Trotters.
Bartlett here, of course, capturing this Breeders' Crown Final with French Wine. Take me through the trip, because it couldn't have worked out any better.
Yeah, I thought this race in particular was going to be a little bit of, positioning early in the first turn, and, I didn't think it was going to be cut and dry like it was last week. I figured there'd be a couple levers from the outside, and then, depending on what Yannick and Scott does going into the first turn, I had to kind of play off them and see. I kind of wanted to be behind one of them second or third over.
We'll talk about, obviously, Nancy taking over the training later on, but you took over the driving just a couple of starts ago. He's actually really finished up his miles well. He just couldn't quite get there the last couple of starts, but tonight he really wanted this win.
Yeah, he gets a little pacey the last couple of pylons, and even tonight after we pulled up, Scott said, I was hoping he'd get a little pacey on you there. So, but, he's been really good, ever since Nancy put me on him, and it's been a pleasure to drive him. He's a classy old horse, and tonight he showed up when it mattered.
A handful of Breeders' Crown drives this weekend. You picked up your first one last night. You get another one here tonight. This has to be a cool season for you.
Yeah, it's very memorable. I'm trying to take it all in and trying to enjoy it as much as possible. It's just grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten this year.
Congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thank you.
There you have it. Jason Bartlett teams up with Nancy Tactor to get the job done with French Wine in that Open Trot Breeders' Crown Final.
French Wine gets it done here in the Breeders' Crown. I'm standing alongside winning trainer Nancy Tactor, winning co-owner Michael Cote-Gagnon. And Nancy, we're going to start off with you. This guy came into your care a month ago and has put forth a string of really good efforts. Talk about what you saw in this guy when he came into your care.
He's always been a very nice horse. When he came to me, he made a lot of money already and won stake races and so forth. So I knew that he was a great horse. Really, we just changed some equipment on him, changed his shoes, and I gave him a shot at Hoosier, which thank God I did, because I was a little skeptical on my own call to do that, and he raced super there, and he's been super since.
This year you've had a lot of quality horses work out some really, really tough trips in some big, big races. This guy has worked out perfect trips each and every start and limited tries for your care. I mean, another perfect trip here tonight, and it finally worked out. I mean, how gratifying is it to see this guy cross the wire first in a big moment?
Yeah, you're right. It's been a very trying year. Jason's given this horse really nice trips every time he's driven him. He's, continuously had him passing horses, which I think is really important for his confidence. And the first time he drove him, he couldn't let him go the quarter of a mile. And then in Lexington, he said, I could only let him go the last eighth. And last week, he said, I can only let him go the last 16th. And I said, well, that's perfect, because by Breeders' Crown night, you'll be able to let him go. And he did tonight, and he was just super.
I know Jason said that he gets a little bit pacey on those last couple of pylons. As you saw a horse like Periculum charging hard from the outside. As the wire neared, what were your thoughts?
I thought that he had it because he's a true champion. He loves his job, this horse. He absolutely looks forward to every moment that he's on the racetrack. So I think that really helps him.
Congratulations, Nancy.
Thank you.
We're going to bring in winning co-owner Michael Cote-Gagnon of One Legend Stable. And first and foremost, congratulations, Michael. And, this guy, a horse that you always own, but came in Nancy's care, a month ago. Talk about the decision of the new, change in trainers and, what your thoughts of this guy has been.
We appreciate this call back in 2021 in Lexington, and we had a lot of success at the beginning with the Millers, and they did a great job at 2 and 3. But unfortunately, he's been very unlucky with the post position and major big races. And as many fans know, he got beaten just under the wire in the Kentucky Futurity, and then the same thing happened the year after in the Hembo Maturity. So we were looking for his first Grand Circuit because this guy is such a professional champion, and he got everything a trotter like we were looking for. But unfortunately, we needed some luck. And tonight is the night. We had to make the move 2 months ago. Nancy got a really big challenge with this guy because he was going, I wouldn't say nowhere, but he would have compete against these guys, and you see everything is possible in that game. Tonight it's a magical moment because from Philadelphia in 53, now he's beating the best trotter in the world in 50. We're speechless.
This guy was working out, Jason was working out picture-perfect trips with him every start, as I mentioned to Nancy. And again here tonight, what was your thoughts and your range of emotions as you saw Jason angle the cover off this guy and take a shot turning for home?
Yesterday I go, Nancy, I think Jason is warm up with Spencer Hanover, so it's going to be fine tonight, and he's going to take the right decision at the right moment. And as I said, sometimes you need luck in this game, and you need the right spot, and it turned out to be the perfect night. But the horse is unbelievable. He got much harder mile in his career, as I mentioned, making them full mile outside in the Futurity and in the Hembo Maturity as well, and in the Breeders' Crown at 3 years old. Tonight, we could see it's a easier mile, but the result is a win, and this win means everything for us, for our team, for my friends, the Ploufs. What could I say more? This is our night, and we crown the king. Is the king tonight, is the king of trot, and he deserved this crown.
You deserve it too, Mike. Congratulations, your first ever Breeders' Crown. Go enjoy tonight.
Thank you, my pleasure.
All right, Francois and Michael Cote-Gagnon, Nancy Tactor, Jason Bartlett, they get it done here in the Breeders' Crown.
Yes, and back to the Winback Farms winner's circle after capturing his Breeders' Crown Grade 1 final in the Open Trot Division number 3 French Wine. 5-year-old bay horse by Bar Hopping is out of the Conway Hall Dam Creamy Mimi. French Wine, bred by Marvin Katz and Al Libfeld, is owned by Daniel and Jean-Christophe Plouffe and One Legend Stable Incorporated. Trained to victory by Nancy Tactor, back-to-back in this Open Trot Division for Nancy. Jason Bartlett with his second Breeders' Crown victory of the weekend. Miguel Guerrero, the winning caretaker, 3 French Wine, who scores his 5th of the year in 12 tries, 16th lifetime score, 150-1 tonight. Establishes a new stakes record. Ties him as the co-fastest in Breeders' Crown history for trotters, along with Meshuggah, we just saw back in race 6. 3 French Wine congratulated trackside as the trophy presentation being made on behalf of Valarush Farms by Ashley Bailey and Giovanni Flores. congratulating the Connections of French Wine, a Breeders' Crown champion.
They're clear. They're on commercial. Beautiful. All right, big. Whoop, whoop. Right here, one more.